It takes a long dark night to love the morning. It takes an immeasurable and seemingly hopeless spell of darkness to love the shining life that washes through the golden arms of dawn. Without an understanding of white, there can be no black. Without an understanding of death, there is no life. And to understand a thing is to face it bare and observe it. Travel grants perspective, and with that, even the old schoolyard fascinates. Of course, you never know that to begin with, but you have your suspicions and questions that no institution can answer for you. We never forget the most difficult, the precursory steps. You remember how scared you first were, walking from the white tile laminate heart of the Murray, with far too many shirts and a teary-eye pleading to the horizon. You remember that final wistful kiss of the high school romance, and the goodbye mum, see you again on the other side of manhood. The first few weeks, blowing half your dough, and the stress that all those shirts wrought you. The stark realization that you don't know what tax is, or how to boil rice, and surrounded by all that strange snow. Then the scrambled attempt at a temporary validation, with rushed interviews in greasy franchises, for domestic melancholy to piss away that first freeze. Yet with the job came a good person, came good people, and along marched a van and piled you in, and isolating it was to see love. Through the daisies and quilted hills of the glorious West, how much greater you'd be inclined to that now. With the ephemeral longings for innocence, free of choice, secure meal, cosy bed, school lunch, iron shorts, zero. All embodied in Kayla and aching for the inconsequential conversation of a child. So back to the Maples to experience children learning of bicycles, to play games, race the clock, and to ramble. Of whence came Big Rock and what colour berries are best, for a hungry biker and a ravenous curiosity. Then set sail for the north in the big blue butte, to find a place to put those cagey dreams on ice. Found in the wilds of north fewer answers than questions, but questions more worthy of time. You and the dogs chasing moose for the joy. Turned to books for poor lighting and found illumination, to remember what was said in the hope of later understanding. The vivid image of that fur-cloaked prophet loping from the trees, beheld in awe even by the new-shouldered pelts, dragging his hand-hewn bow through the extremes of pure being. And your first attempt at beard left you dappled and snotty, but a glimpse of a beast with a place. But again that snow melted and trickled away to be streamier and cloud and rain. So south you were headed to locales and you, to run your spirit through a mill and consider the drunk, for the sake of a few white-knuckled bucks, with which bought a knife and a fleeting thrill, a vague intimation of your yearning, to hunt, to chase, to seek, to destroy, the notion of that fool in his suit riding an intangible construction, to bring him back to earth, his home, once more. With those teary eyes still pleading and a van pointed south, sought the convenience of a god, but found no limitations, only disenchanted toiling and the image of a man mourning, now out of time, place, and love. Turning whole generations to cannibalistic overthinkers on a wild tangent in a frenzy of forwards, with blinkers on and still miserable. To fighting, bonding in the van with a crew of young blokes, squabbling and rambling on what next to eat. A handful of seeds feed the starving just once. All was a competition and a jab at an ego, but fewer fellas could have made those peaks gleam, the reflection of a self that now knew that this was not it, there was still more to do. The road doesn't end at the rusty buttes, down and down that dark ribbon winds, to mud, sweat mosquitoes, placidity. You jumped on a bike and you pointed it down, and lo it was where we found you, Days without food and grinding through a grey midday mountain range with always more grinding to do. Here's where we found you, covered in mud, dappled and snotty and placed in the folds of a hill where few have ranged, ceaselessly exhausted and hungry and trying, feeling the emotions that define our very species. All things are best to start at zero. Though you weren't alone on the fringes, even when you saw no other one. Others are there, now you sense them. You're no longer afraid to feel. And what you sense is Darwin screaming with his ears because they are drooping, that sacred disposition roaring, and us, the observers, obeying. We are that earth that surrenders to the storm and find ourselves ready for growth. Hurtling, splashing, pitching, down mountain, river, cliff, with replicated leg, fin, wing. We are an intrinsic league of individuals whose God is their own, whose love, terms, dreams, aspirations, inhalations and purpose is all their own, who are our own cadaverous souls and accept them, who are nothing to anybody but a sincere smile, who look to the horizon with wonderful tears, understand that we can never truly be free. Roguing under bridges, picking berries in the forest, not shunning society but studying it objectively, to remember what was seen in the hope of one day understanding. So we set forth on these journeys, to hunt for the peaks, to find that one pure thought, embracing the darkness, the clouds, the rain, to live with no God, no invalid reproduction, no easy outs and no fucking lies, but to live, to live, to live, to let nature love and forget us. But a few souls remember. It took another 1,537 kilometres of separation for me finally to be able to say, Mother, I'm a man now.